Welcome back to the channel, people. KG is back with another match review. It was Leeds United 0, Aston Villa 1, and just like the Brighton game, just like the Wolves games, all those home games like that, it was much of the same. The away team have come, did what they had to do, get the goal, and we didn't really do much to change the outcome, and they've gone away with 3 points. I could end it here, but I'm not going to. I'm also going to touch at the end of the video about me having a COVID jab today, so if there's anybody out there that's due to have them or apprehensive about having them for whatever reason, I'll let you know how I got on today. Before I can get into the video though, we have to talk about the pitch. Daniel Levy has got us back for selling him Jack Clark for 10 million. I'm convinced that's what Daniel Levy did. I'm sure of it. He has sold us an absolute slip and slide for £300,000. It's terrible. Like, I don't know how Romeo's injury for Southampton occurred, but I'm sure the pitch didn't help. It's dangerous. You got players slipping all over the place, as you saw today. It's just not good, and I know the club are going to do something about it in the summer, but it's just a bad look at the minute that we're in the Premier League and we've got a pitch that looks like something that people in the non-league wouldn't even play on. You know, we have to be better than that, and I know COVID was a reason for that and everything, but it's just a bad look. But summertime, I'm sure we'll get that sorted out. But into the game, I mean, the game was a damp affair. It matched the pitch. It was damp. It wasn't that good. It wasn't a good game to watch. Aston Villa definitely had a game plan and it worked. You know, they didn't have Jack Grealish, which we've discussed on here, discussed on All Leeds TV, where, you know, for some reason people thought I was a Villa fan. But like I say, guys, I'm not a tribal guy. I'm a Leeds United fan, but I'm a football fan. And if I like Jack Grealish, I like Jack Grealish because he's a great player. And, you know, leave that tribalism in other podcasts and shows. I'm not into that stuff. I appreciate good footballers, and he's one of them. But you can see that they have to adapt without him, also without Matty Cash. You know, El Mohammadi. It was a game for Rafinha today where not everything was coming off, but he's going to have those games. But he did set up a few chances today that I think that with a bit better movement in our team could have been turned into goals. I do think that. But he's not going to be on it every single game. You can't rely on him every single time. So this is what I'm talking about when we're going to need those 4 or 5 better players come the summertime. And I think that's already been reported that that's going to happen. So we just have to do what we got today. Helder Costa came in and he wasn't even okay. I'm being too nice. He wasn't okay. He didn't grab his chance today. This was a chance for him to put Harrison on the bench for a couple more games, and he didn't do that. You know, I think Harrison, when he came on, actually showed a lot more than Helder Costa did today, and that's unfortunate because Helder was building up a little bit of steam, and it looks like it's just fizzled out already. Aston Villa's goal, listen, I'm not going to go too hard on Liam Cooper because I'm accused of doing that a lot, and I don't want to seem like I've got an agenda, but when you're the only guy that's playing him on side because you got your hands on Mings for whatever reason, I don't know, it just looks bad. It looks bad to me, you know, and the awareness just isn't there. I'm sorry. And the quicker that we got Robin Koch coming back, Pascal Struijk can go back in there once Phillips is back, you know, rotating with Llorente, who's looking better with every match he's playing. His match fitness is coming up and his standard of play is coming up with it. And that's what we need to do. It was just, we could have avoided it. The goal was so avoidable. And the pitch was a reason why it even happened, because Ollie Watkins took a shot and it was a shot, but he slipped on the pitch and it fell into the path of El Ghazi and he put it away. And I was convinced it was offside. I thought, well, how can that not be offside? And then when you see what's going on and Liam Cooper's just there with his hands on Tyrone Mings' back, giving him a massage or whatever he was doing, it's like, okay. And then that's 1-0. You know, I'm not going to criticize that too much. You let me know in the comments if you think that's too harsh or not. I don't think it is. I think that everyone else pushed up. He was the only one that just stood back. But, you know, it happened. And it was from there. And the way that the game was going, I had a feeling. I said to myself, I thought, we're not going to get back into this game. I could just feel it. You know, we had a chance in the first minute where Bamford also slipped over, by the way. Put it in the path for Rafinha, but it was just a bit too high. you know, if that goes in, obviously it's a completely different game. But we didn't create enough today. We just didn't. Tyler Roberts yet again had a really good opportunity, and you know, you could say it's a good save from Martinez, but I think it's a bad chance missed. But again, I'm not going to get into Tyler Roberts today. You know, I've you know, my thoughts on Tyler Roberts. People have got a lot more faith in him than I do, but as a creative midfielder, maybe he can do something. But this guy is not a striker in any way, shape, or form. He's just not. He hasn't got a clinical bone in his body. And these are the margins that we're talking about. This is what you're talking about in terms of league places. This club needs to finish as high as possible in terms of keeping guys like Rafinha or attracting players like Rafinha. And yeah, I mean, I was on All Leeds TV yesterday, and I was talking about that. It's a pretty obvious statement to make, right? That Leeds United need to get more players like Rafinha in the team. And I don't know whether I'm speaking a different language or not, but it doesn't mean that you get exact players like Rafinha. It means that you get players that can play up to his level. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm not speaking clearly, but I think I'm pretty clear with that. But, you know, not everything came off for Rafinha today. There was a few misplaced set pieces and everything else like that. But in the same vein, I think with a bit better movement around, I think that we could have done a bit of damage. I think an alternative for Bamford is going to be needed, and this isn't a criticism of Bamford, by the way. It's just that when he's on the pitch, we need something different to come off the bench and just give us a different dimension, and we just don't have it at right now. So hopefully in that 4 or 5 that's reported to be coming in the summer, you know, a new forward will be on the shopping list. But yeah, I mean, it's tough to talk about this game because there wasn't a whole lot going on, especially in the second half. I thought the game was pretty bad. I will talk about the ill discipline from some of our boys today. I thought, you know, Tyler Roberts was pretty lucky. You know, I've seen it in different games where you kick out at a player, no matter how little or small it is, you can get sent off. So I think he got off very, very lucky today when he kicked out at Matt Target. Look, Villa are going to do tricks and things like that to delay the game once they're 1-0 up. You know, it's gamesmanship. You're going to do that. But it's up to you not to return that heat. And I thought Tyler Roberts was going to go. I thought VAR was going to overrule that yellow and give him the red. You know, he has to keep his cool. Matthias Klick as well. A couple of really, really boneheaded decisions in his fouling today. He's on a yellow card and over by the corner flag. I mean, the ball's basically going out of play and he just barges the player over. Bad decision. He then has a coming together near the halfway line with another player. He was very lucky not to get a second yellow. But I thought in general today the referee was poor. See, if I was a Villa fan, I'd be screwing that Matthias Klick hadn't gone off. And possibly even Tyler Roberts for kicking out like that. But there was also other things with the time wasting. You know, he pulled it up a couple of times. But it happened a lot. There was little fouls on Aston Villa where we'd have our hands on their shoulders and they go down and he's giving the free kick. Those are poor referees. And again, this is why these guys are never going to no Euros or World Cups, man. They're not good enough. They're not good enough referees, man. They're not strong enough just to say, no, you only had a hand on your shoulder there. No need for you to go down. They give free kicks for everything. And, you know, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw that West Brom and Brighton game early, but Nuno Espirito Santos that's why he was willing to pay the money to cuss Lee Mason out, because the standard of referee here is in hell. It's terrible. And listen, going back to our game, you know, never mind Brighton, West Brom, even though we're supposedly relegation rivals with Brighton, but we'll leave that. There really isn't much else to say about the game. It was uneventful. The second half was a dud. We didn't do enough. You know, the subs that came on, Harrison looked brighter when he came on, put in a good ball. Rafinha just headed it wide. Hernandez came on. Alioski came on, and yeah, I mean, listen, yeah. There's nothing else to say about the game, man. It was a 1-0 loss. We move on West Ham next, and I'm sure that's going to be a great game. I'll probably be on a preview with a West Ham guy who is going to rinse me for the last time I was on there. I predicted a win and we went ahead and lost, didn't we? So That's how it goes, isn't it? But listen, it's one of these now where we just have to move on. This is what we've done throughout the season, and even though I predicted a 3-1 win on All Leeds TV, in my head I was thinking, well, we've just won one against Southampton. We're probably going to lose this one. It's kind of what we've done this season, isn't it? We lose one, win one, maybe win two, lose one. You know, that's just, and our place in the table says so itself. So we just have to move on from it and move on to the next game, which is West Ham. Yeah, the COVID jab. So I'll just talk about that, guys. For me, it was easy. It was just a little tiny prod in your arm, left or right, you choose, as she said, and you off you go. If you're a bit squeamish of needles, maybe you'll be a bit threatened, but it literally is just like having a pin on your arm, and that's it. Arm's a little bit sore at the minute up top, with that's to be expected when you've been injected with something, but other than that, it's fine. You know, if I don't make a video next week, I'm probably dead. That's a joke, but listen, just to say, no, it's fine, man. And you know, if you've had any reservations, I know that some people have had reservations about doing it. I would say personally, go ahead and do it if you're able to. I'm not. This isn't a, no politics involved here. For me, I just want to get back to normal as soon as possible, as normal as can be. And this is the first step to doing it. I've had the one of two now, so the second one will be at a later date whenever they can get them back in. And hopefully this will be the something of getting life back to what we know, what we knew it was, So yeah, get it done if you can. That's all I'll say. Listen, I'm going to end the video there because, there really isn't nothing else to say in regards to the football. Nothing else to say in regards to the Villa game. Yeah, like, subscribe, comment, let me know your thoughts on the game. If you have any extra thoughts, and let me know what you think. I think Emi Martinez today got one of the easiest clean sheets of the season. But that's how it goes, man. He's a good goalkeeper anyway, so shout out to Emi Martinez, man. Good goalie, good goalie. So yeah, peace out, guys. Peace.